So, Kathryn, how are you? Finally, I
I
got you on YouTube.
Yes, I am so happy to be able to be on this Google Hangout. It is my first time using this. So
Okay,
thank you for sharing this new tool of communication with me. Very new, something
so
very new for me.
exactly. So, how has your week been? And could you tell us a little bit about yourself and where are you located right now?
Sure. My week has been very busy. I have been working
Uh-huh,
on my Kindles, for my Bliss Pure Foods new book that's coming up in May.
uh-huh,
And then also
uh-huh.
my second book, Playing to Lose, that I've written about a year back. And I'm
Uh-huh.
updating it into Kindle so that more people can actually download it and read the work. And then
Okay.
I'm currently based in Nepal. So I have a little
Mhm.
vegan cafe here that I share about healthy living, conscious eating, and I share beautiful food with people, bringing them bliss and health. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. So, about your experience being an author, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, we understood that you have written two other books prior to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, right. So, could you tell us a bit about the first two books that you have actually written?
Sure. The first book, titled Wealth from Within, Unlocking Your Innate Wisdom, was written when I was 19 in Perth. At the
Ah,
time, I went to Perth to do a personal transformational course that's called the Landmark Forum. And then that
mhm.
event opened me up to the possibility of loving my own father. And
Mhm.
so at that time, I had a lot of thoughts and emotions and experience ki- coming out, just streaming out from my heart and my the inner part of me. So I started
Okay.
journaling. I started journaling on a beach. I think the name of the beach is called Scarborough, somewhere in Perth, I remember. And then I started journaling. And then what was beautiful was a bird flew past and the feather just fell onto my page. And at that time, I felt that was like a sign, like
Uh-huh.
in the past, pens were like in feathers form. I love pen with a feather, like a feather attached to the pen where you can write. And then later on, I meet
Yeah.
people along the way who told me, why don't you publish a book?
Mm-hmm.
And I said,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm not trained as an author. I love to scribble, I love to journal, but I'm not trained in the language of writing and the formatting of like being an author. So, well, but then, it happened. I just do what's in front of me. I just took on, I kept journaling. And the first book came about. Yeah, Well from Within. So that book helped me through my college educational fees. I wanted to study design, and my parents couldn't put me through the private school. And so I took a bank loan. On top of that, I had scholarships, and I wrote this book so that I could put myself through the education that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Design, yeah. And then the second book, Playing to Lose, that I wrote a few years ago, was
Mm-hmm.
about education. I was a school teacher for a few years. It has been my childhood dream to become a teacher. So I went into school teaching for few years. And
Right.
it didn't really work out for me because every morning when I wake up, I wasn't open to a world of happiness, of excitement, and I knew something was wrong. Not that I don't love my students. I love them. I had great time with them. I shared wonderful art classes with them. It was fun. But the system itself couldn't empower me to be the kind of teacher that I wanted to be. So I was told that maybe my style of educating kids, my style of sharing
Mm-hmm.
would be better off being in the States. But I feel it's not true. The beingness, the
Right.
aliveness of a person, every child is entitled to playing. Every child is entitled to and wonderment,
Uh-huh.
excitement, having fun, explorations, creativity. So I don't think it's just for the States, it's for everywhere. Anybody who has a heart, who
Yeah.
wants to have a good life, should be able to play and have fun, and that includes education. So I
Exactly.
wrote a lot of things I feel about education in that second book, Playing to Lose. You know, as an ex-teacher, what I hope that the future education would be like. So a lot of that writing and my experience of what I went through as a teacher was all in that book. And then the third book, recent book that I wrote about a year ago, like in this whole book took me a year, Bliss Pure Foods. It has 66 vegan, raw vegan, and vegetarian recipes. And so these are food that I've made or created along the way. It has the fusion of East and West recipes. And then, so along the way, people said, you know, it would be nice to come to your cafe to eat, but some of them are just, you know, not in Nepal, and they would love to try the food. And I said, okay, so I will look into writing, you know, and sharing the recipe so that they can purchase the book and follow the recipe and try out, play in their kitchen, and see what opens up. So this book was written within this year, and within this year, a lot of things happened for me. My dad passed away suddenly in April last year, so it was sort of like very devastating. I was very sad. And then later on, 6 months later, my teacher passed away. So while creating this new book, Bliss Pure Foods, I have to go through my grief and my sadness as well. Now I'm getting better. You know? Yeah.
Right. I also noticed that you are actually a life coach, right?
In the past, yeah, I did life coaching, and also image consulting for people. But lately, I think life coaching, it has a lot to do with personal development. So I wouldn't say that I'm a life coach now, because I don't coach on fee basis. So I'm just doing coaching on myself. I coach myself and I share myself with other people. Yeah.
How does taking up different career paths, okay, help you to arrive to the path that you are at right now? Like, you know, yeah.
See, my mentor, Robert Pante, always say this: if you do not know what to do in your life, do what's ahead of you, do what's in front of you, and do it well. One will lead to another. You know, life is full of, it's a path, it's a journey of exploration. It doesn't mean that if you have a career, you have to stick with it for the rest of your life. It's not true, because we are always expanding. We are always evolving and transforming ourselves. What worked 5 years ago might not be working now, 5 years later.
Exactly.
You know, so
Exactly.
a career should be something that opens you up to inspirations and excitement and joy and bliss. You know, it should make you alive. It shouldn't be just a work that you go to for your daily bread and butter. You know, it should be something that calls forth your aliveness and your authenticity to play in life, because life is very short. You know, we don't have 200 years to play. It's just probably 60 years. I mean, my dad was 64. I mean, it's just a short time span to experience the fullness of life. So I would say, like, you know, no matter what career one chooses, it doesn't have to be always the same, but just keep playing and be happy, because no matter what you do, when you are happy, the life can give you more. I mean, life gives you more when you are happy. I mean, when I'm happy, I feel great, but when I'm sad, it doesn't feel good, and nothing that I do works out right, like really perfectly and successfully. It has to be happy. You have to be happy with what you're doing.
Right. Right. Yeah. So tell us more about the latest event also that you have written. So I have actually come up with a cafe. You're running a cafe.
Yeah.
What is your aspiration?
Okay, my aspiration is really to get out there in the world, no matter where, you know, that connects with my work. I would love to meet more people, to empower them to eat healthily, to give them more options of conscious eating, because the food out there that we have, neither do they forward us towards self-love, nor do they make us feel good. You know, this whole food business out there is about health. It's not about health, it's about, you know, sickness and medical care. that's why you know, we have so many health food restaurants and cafes that are doing so well. You know, people are just not educated to make the right food choices. We are eating food that doesn't make us feel good. In fact, it makes us feel sick, you know, in the long run. So my work is about empowering people, to give them the information and the skills to be able to nurture themselves. Homemade foods are always the best because it is made with love. You put in your own intention, your own attention. You get to choose what would nurture your body. It is
Kind
not
of.
by default, you
Yeah.
know. It's not by default. It's by your own choices. Like today, I feel like having juices because it's gonna, bring me more lightness in my body, for example. Or I feel like having a healthy spaghetti per se, but instead of white flour, I go for something that is, like upgraded quinoa spaghetti. So it's all
Right.
about bringing options to people and empowering, and food making becomes, because everybody needs food, and I thought that food making is my passion, it was my hobby. It could be a very interesting and creative avenue to connect with people through food making.
Okay, right. So how has your the feedback from the
Mhm.
readers and also from probably your clients has been all these receptive have they been towards your book? What do they say? What is the most important or exciting? Right.
Okay, most of my friends, readers, later became my friends. They would love for me to be more expressive, to be more out there, because when I wrote my book, I haven't really done much on marketing, sadly to say. Something
Okay.
is holding me back from wanting to be out there. It's like I was hiding all these years. I've wrote fabulous books that when I reread them, I find it very authentic and sincere. At the same time, there's some childlike aspects towards in it. And my friends were saying to me, Kathryn, you should speak more, you should make more videos, you should share your thoughts more and get out there. Stop hiding.
Exactly.
And that's how we
Exactly.
connected. I don't even know how to use a Google Hangout. Oh my God. And when we were trying to fix that, I go, Kathryn, you have to get
And
better
now
with
you're
the
sorry.
internet.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So I think as an author, I think that the lack of author branding
Mm.
is something that holds marketing themselves.
Sorry.
Do you think the lack of author branding actually holds the authors?
Host what?
The lack of author branding
Uh-huh.
that is holding back authors from marketing themselves?
Oh, lack of author branding. Well, because I'm not a person who knows very much about branding, I'm still learning. I think that branding is important because it gives you
Uh-huh.
a statistical edge and a clear intention towards your audience group. Yeah, your brand
Uh-huh.
your
Uh-huh.
brand creates your audience, and I think it's important to have some kind of a branding because that gives people the information of what you're about and what you would like to attract and what you would like people how you would like people to respond to you.
Correct.
Yeah, so I
Correct.
think it's
Yeah.
important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So also, and particularly about your new book, I think I am attracted towards your new book that is coming in May because I
Yes.
feel like you are trying to toddlers out there, or even people who are busy with work, they have no time to make food. Okay, how do you think, or what was the most enjoyable, or maybe most the happiest when you write a book and people come to you and say, hey, like probably my health has changed, or I now with your book now I can actually feed better food for my family. So what have you actually heard from them?
Well, see, our life is so busy. We are living in modern society, modern times right now, where people don't really get time to nurture themselves. And the sad thing about our society right now is we are so much into instant gratifications. We want things fast. We want things efficient. But
Uh-huh.
You know, I always tell my friends this thing. If you want good health, you have to put in you. Life doesn't happen if you do not participate in life. It needs your participation. So
Correct.
if people want good health, they have to put in the effort. You know, if they get the book and they are just flipping through, they don't have the time to make per
Mm-hmm.
se. Like, you know, they don't have the time to experiment with the recipes. It doesn't work.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly. So, you know,
Yeah.
books can be out there. There are so many inspirational books, cookbooks, recipe books, how-to books, you know.
Whatnot.
And
Yeah.
no matter how simple the recipes can be, if you do not participate, if you do not put in your own participation, nothing can happen. So that's why I always tell people this thing. No matter what you want out of your life, you have to put in your effort. It cannot be just for instant gratification. You want things just to fall down from the sky for you. Nothing works in that way. You have to work for it.
Okay. Right. So, when is your book going to be published, and how can or how can viewers who are actually watching this video, how can they get a hold of your book? Is it on pre-order right now, or do you have any events coming up for yourself as an author?
Mhm.
How can they actually connect to you, or how can they actually buy your book?
Yeah.
What are the social
Yes.
media links available?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
if
please tell me about that.
right, if you are very connected with the internet and you know how to
Right.
download books from Kindle and you read out of a Kindle, Amazon is the place to go. And I have a Facebook page.
Okay.
It's called Bliss Pure Foods. And then I'm also
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube channel where I share some food making videos. I'm starting to get familiarized myself, you know, with making some food videos for people. And then also on my personal Facebook page, I mean Facebook site is called my name, Kathryn Sunantha. If you type in, you can find me and you can just drop me a message. Pre-order should be up on my you know, Facebook page, Bliss Pure Foods, in about a month's time. Once it's, you know,
Okay.
once the layout, the print and all is, the paper is being chosen, because I have to travel all the way to Taiwan to pick up the papers. I want to make it like very beautiful, limited edition, hard copy for people who really wants the book. So, you know, if
Awesome.
they are not very sure of like, you know, I'm not sure
Awesome.
if I want to get the book, then they can go get the Kindle.
Okay, right. I think
Yeah.
that would be something readers will be actually looking forward to buy books and
Oh,
benefit
and
from them. So
right. And also, I will be showing up in KL, Kuala Lumpur, with just Life Organics. So they are holding some workshops and events for me. So one way is to connect with them, Just Life Organics in Kuala Lumpur. And yeah, I have classes there, and people can just show up at the classes, sign up, learn how to make food, and get a copy of my book eventually.
awesome.
Yes.
Right. So so when is the event coming up in Kuala Lumpur?
Yes, it's on the April 6th, 7th, and 8th. I have 3 days over there teaching how to make raw vegan cakes and also how to make vegan lipsticks and a class on how to make tofu, vegan tofu, sprouted tofu out of black beans. So these are the 3 classes coming up. And then also in Tokyo, April 12th, I'm also teaching how to make some raw food at my friend's.
Awesome. Right.
Place.
So I will be able to share this happy news. Right now at Kuala Lumpur, I have a vegan friend.
Oh, cool.
I also have a friend who is in the she makes delicious cakes, and I think she would be able to join your class.
Awesome.
And
Just life.
yes, I also have another vegan friend who is very much into having how to cook Ayurvedic foods, how to cook good food. So I think these are the people probably you would want to reach out. on our Facebook page as well as on my personal page. I will be very, very happy to share this news
Thank you.
with them.
Yeah, that would be lovely. Lovely to connect
Right.
with like-minded people. Lovely to connect
Yes.
with like-minded people. And we need
Exactly.
more people who are alive, happy, and vibrant.
One quick question. I was just
Yes.
thinking about your recipes. How easy are they to take on average? How much effort do they have to put? Like, how simple is it to make healthy food? That tell us about how easy it is. Like, to
Yes.
actually, yes, yeah.
If they have interest, it will be easy. Yeah. If you
Okay.
have no interest in it, like some people, it's just like how would I use a good example? It's like, okay,
Reading
if
books.
you are in love, if you are in love with someone, yeah, for example, if you like someone, you will go out there and check out the person. You will not be
Correct.
forced. You will automatically go online, search that person. What is his history, her history? What does she like? What does she doesn't like? He likes, he doesn't like. You would do that research yourself. It's spontaneous. But if you do not like a
Correct.
person, it's just a hi and bye. Hi, nice to meet you. Okay, bye. See you later. So recipes
Exactly.
are like that. If you like that recipe, you will do your part to check it out, to look at the parts, the steps. Okay, this is how I do it. And then you will engage yourself in it naturally. So no
Correct.
one has to force you. Mm.
Correct. I think it's. I think end of the day, we make time for what we would
Yes.
want to have in our
Yes.
life.
A lot of people want health, but they are not
So
willing
it's
to.
all about. It's all about.
Yes, it's all about it. A lot of people wants to be healthy, but they do not do what would make them healthy. A lot of people wants good
It
relationship, but
takes.
they are not willing to give what would make a good relationship. A lot of people wants love, but they are afraid to give love. So it's actually a giving and a receiving. It has to flow. It just can't be one way. You can have the best teacher in the world, but if you are not a good student,
Correct.
if you are not interested to learn, it doesn't help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am very happy to be able to connect with you today
Me too.
on Google Hangouts. I mean, even after a little bit of hiccups here and there, but I am so happy to actually connect with you over here. And Sunanda, you drop us the link to your event in Tokyo
Yeah,
and also in Kuala Lumpur. We will be
sure.
with our audience, and I think so many people out there would be able to benefit from your book. So if we are looking forward to the happy news to share with you, which is we are actually hosting a group author every month. We will be interviewing 12
Oh,
authors from one genre, and
right.
I've actually scheduled a month specifically for food.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Yay.
Yes. so you will be one of the 12
Sure.
authors
I would be
out, and
delighted.
we will have a month full of how to have healthy food. It's going to be all about healthy food. So I am looking forward to your participation, and I'm
Sure.
very
Definitely. I'll
happy,
be happy to
very,
do
and I'm
so.
sure the rest of the 11 authors who will be joining us will be able to give so healthy eating and stuff like that. So we will be having a lot of sharing sessions. So this is going to be really fun, and I hope you will be able to sign up. It is absolutely
Definitely.
free. We're going to host it free group author interview. So I am also looking forward to that we have done. So I'm very happy to connect with you, Kathryn, and I'm grateful to have you here. It's very positive and vibrant like you. With the best for your upcoming book. So we will post up the link on our. Wish you all the best. Thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, and I also want to thank you for sharing yourself and your services. You are such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful lady with so much positive energy as well. And I really look forward to seeing you in Malaysia. And thank you so much for sharing your services. And I
Awesome.
wish you all the best, and may you always prosper and bring more light
Thank
through
you.
inspiring authors. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And last but not least, is there anything else that you would want to share with your with the viewers, and anything that you would particularly like to share with them?
Yes. Always
Mhm.
be happy. Do what makes you happy.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. That was the most happening highlight ever in anybody's life. So thank you for wishing us happiness. We wish to join. We wish to connect with you in
Mm-hmm.
upcoming events. So thank you so much, Kathryn. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jess. Take care, and I'll see you again.
Thank you so much. Thank
Bye.
you. Right. Bye bye.